Hi, I'm Matt Kapp, the lead artist on Binding of Isaac Rebirth and the creator of Castle in Darkness, and I listen to the One Up podcast.
Up next on the One Up Gaming podcast is 10 minutes of nothing. Will it be the team talking about nothing or a guest interview? Stick around and find out now. It's 10 minutes of nothing. Yeah, 10 minutes of nothing.
Hi, David here, One Up Gaming, episode 390 of the One Up Gaming podcast. Now, we're going to go through this week's 10 minutes of nothing. If people don't know, 10 minutes of nothing is basically we select a topic and we put a timer on screen and we talk about it for 10 minutes. And once the timer reaches 0, we stop the topic and we end the show. So, this week, I think I'm a week or so behind the news because I've recorded a couple of shows ahead of time. So this week we had to mention the fact of yuzu. We had to mention yuzu. So I'm not going to mention anything about it, but if you know, you know. So please subscribe to us, like us, share us, bell us, all that good stuff. One Up Gaming. Go to our YouTube channel. You can get our first 100 podcasts at audiobooksontape.com, and £1 of each sale will go to the Diabetes UK charity. I'm doing this out of order, I'm completely baffled. And you can also stream and buy our album, Games Inspired Music. It's available anywhere, Google it. And 20% of each sale will go to the Child Play charity. So, without further ado, we will go into this week's 10 minutes of nothing. So, right. Let's go into this. So, I'll do the 10-minute timer now. And so, this is the yuzu official website. All it basically says is, "Hello users and Citra fans. We write today to inform you that yuzu and yuzu support of Citra are being discontinued effective immediately. Yuzu and its team have always been against piracy. We started the projects in good faith out of passion for Nintendo and its consoles and games. We were not intending to cause harm. But we now see that because our projects can circumvent Nintendo's technological protection measures, and it allows us to play games outside of authorized hardware. They have led to extensive piracy. In particular, we have been deeply disappointed when users have used our software to leak game content prior to its release and ruin the experience for legitimate purchasers and fans." It goes on to sort of say, "We have come to the decision that we cannot continue to allow this to occur. Piracy was never our intention, and we believe that piracy of video games and on video game consoles should end. Effective today, we will be pulling our code repositories offline, discontinuing our Patreon accounts and Discord servers, and soon shutting down our websites. We hope our actions are a small step towards ending piracy. Thank you for your support and all that kind of understanding and decision and all that." So that, my friends, is the yuzu website now. That's all it's got on there. They don't have nothing else on there. So they've already taken that sort of down. So as you can see, basically what happened was a few years ago, I think it must have been when the Nintendo leaks happened. Oh, I've got hiccups now. I had a shepherd's pie and it's all coming back up. A few years ago now, all the leaks happened, and I think all the source code was released for like the Nintendo Switch, for the GameCube, for all the machines and stuff, so people could actually do emulators with the source code itself. So that's what they could do, and that's what they were doing. I think Yuzu was one of these ones that was doing it. But I think also, yes, there was a free-to-play version, but if you subscribe to their Patreon and were paying money every month, then you got the early access, you got the updates, you got all the better running softwares and stuff. And I think the team were getting like $30,000 a month with all the Patreon stuff. So as you can see, they were making a shit ton of money. Yes, you might argue that an emulator itself isn't illegal, but downloading ROMs and piracy and all that kind of stuff is. And I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to own up. I have used the yuzu. I think I've used it twice to play a couple of games because I sold my Nintendo Switch and I was so desperate to play the Cruisin' Blast, the arcade racer, and I'm glad I did. It's amazing, but I don't want to pay like £200 for a console just to play that one game. So for me, it made sense just to download this emulator for free and play the game. And yes, it's technically, I'm owning up to illegal stuff, but it's not as if I was pirating the games myself and selling the ROMs and things like that. I think that's when it gets really, really dodgy. So I think Nintendo wanted to make an example of Yuzu because of the fact that they were actually selling the stuff, as they were going forward. So we'll go on to a different website. So this is The Verge, and as you can see, it says the Yuzu will agree to pay $2.4 million to settle the lawsuit, so they're not going to court officially. And it basically just goes through they had to apologise, they had to pull everything, they had to, just do everything that Nintendo said, that to squirm away. And I guess that's the best case scenario for them. Have a look around, see what you guys think of how Nintendo treated these, or if it's because these were charging money for the stuff, but we'll see. But I don't know if Nintendo, if they're going to go through other things that they've been doing or anything like that. When I say that, I mean, are Nintendo going to go after other Switch emulators? Are they going to go after N64 emulators? Are they going to have to go after SNES emulators? Anything like that? We'll have to wait and see, and just see what actually happens. But it is weird how they've also deleted and stopped the 3DS emulator as well. The Citra, is it Citrus? Something like that. They've stopped that emulator. That's also been taken down. And you can tell that Nintendo said you have to write this, you have to apologise, you have to say it's all because of piracy and all this, that, the other, that it's all happening. And they've accepted the thing, tail between legs, and they've deleted everything, done everything. I still think that the team would probably they'd have quite a bit of money, to be honest. Because if I go to a calculator and do 30, then 1, 2, 3, and times that by 12, and then times that by 3, so is that $10 million that they've made, give or take? I'd have a guess. So yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, I've actually got set up on my PC. What the hell's it called? Just move things around. Retrobat. So I have Retrobat up on my PC. I know for a fact that it is just a graphical front end for like emulators and stuff. So it itself doesn't have any emulators. You have to supply your own stuff, download your own stuff, and put your own ROMs in there, and it just compiles everything into one neat package, and it just works, which I quite enjoy. I have noticed that there's a few other front ends that don't include the ROMs or don't include emulators and that, they've been taken off like some sort of stores. I think there was one that was removed from the Amazon store, and they're not going to be allowed to be on the Google Play Store, which is weird because they don't include any sort of games, or they don't include any emulators to play the games. It's just a front end package to facilitate that, and you go onto the Google Play Store and you can still get the full emulators, which is what you need to play the games. So I don't understand how they're still up and running, whereas the front ends, was it Retro Nation or something? ROM Nation? No, I can't remember what it was called. There was some front end that's been taken down. But yeah, it's a crazy, crazy time. It seems as though like I hadn't really heard that much about it. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I had yuzu working quite well, and then I updated something and then it wouldn't work, and I've just not bothered to get it up and running again, which is annoying because it was quite fun to be able to play some of these games in full screen on the PC. But yeah, what do you guys think? Please leave comments, let me know. Do you think that this is a win for Nintendo, or do you think Nintendo is screwing people over because they're one of these companies? I mean, I'm going to say it, I hate Sony for this, where they don't allow you to play your old games a lot of the time, because when Microsoft does things, they have the downloady thing where it downloads the proper game for the console, so you buy the game once and you can buy the different versions. It downloads the different versions, whereas Sony are like, no, you buy the PS3 version, you'll play the PS3 on the PS4 or PS5. Oh, there's that. There's the timer. But I'm just mentioning this, but Sony, it's the same as The Last of Us and things like that, whereas they released the old game and then on the new one it's like, oh, we've added this new thing, pay another $50 for it. It's like, no, I've already got the game, it's almost identical, what are you on about? But yeah, so as I say, leave comments, let us know what you think. Email us, contact@oneupgaming.co.uk. Send us any tweets at OUG official. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Please subscribe, like, share, bell, all that good stuff on our YouTube channel. And it's amazing to hear from you. It's amazing to get comments. And this is the 10 Minutes of Nothing from episode 390. So we're back after this.